Y dice que, bueno, pues esta experiencia de la pandemia ha llevado a que mucha gente haga una pausa en su vida y vea o valore al mismo tiempo pues todas las bendiciones que significan viajar, reunirse con los demás, pero también todas las cosas se pueden hacer sin gastar tanta energía o siendo mucho más razonables en nuestra relación con el entorno. No es un asunto menor, ¿eh? Cada vez más gente pone énfasis en las oportunidades. ¿Qué va a cambiar? Diría Quintanilla, y decía bien, tampoco sea optimista, Curzio, pues, ¿qué va a cambiar? Somos los mismos y vamos a seguir haciendo lo mismo. Pero hay un sector de la población, yo no sé si los más jóvenes, que sí se está replanteando una forma de relacionarse con el planeta, hacer las paces con la naturaleza, usar menos cosas, generar menos basura, ser más sensibles con los temas energéticos, preferir productos o presionar por políticas que contaminen menos, es decir, tener una mejor relación con nuestro entorno, una relación con nosotros mismos, ¿no? Un año y pico de pausa nos ha llevado a todos a valorar nuestro trabajo, la compañía de los demás, ya le decía, los viajes, el turismo, el poder de partir con la familia. Así es que, bueno, yo espero que este año de reflexión nos ayude a todos a pensar un poquito más en todas las bendiciones que tenemos, pero también en nuestro compromiso como ciudadanos del planeta. Vi la entrevista que le hicieron a Alain Touraine, si usted tiene ocasión de verla, el homenaje que le hicieron en la UNESCO a este potentísimo pensador francés que nos hace el triángulo, ¿no? De especie, individuo y efectivamente nuestro vínculo con el planeta. Son reflexiones, yo entiendo, poderosas, pero al mismo tiempo todo mundo siente que la complejidad está en su ser y sabe que la salud del planeta depende también de decisiones que nosotros tomemos. En fin, dejo ese tema y le recomiendo ampliamente que vea usted ese homenaje que le hizo la UNESCO, un hombre que ha cumplido 100 años en total, absoluta lucidez. Y bueno, el que ha cumplido un año es el TEMEC. El viernes conversé con la ministra Engel, la ministra de Comercio de Canadá. Esta es la charla. Es un honor recibir a la ministra Eng. Ella tiene en Canadá a su cargo las pequeñas empresas, el comercio y, por supuesto, las exportaciones. Madame la ministre, soyez la bienvenue.
Hi, Leonardo. Very nice to see you, and I'm looking forward to speaking to the Mexican people through you and your wonderful program.
Allow me to start this conversation, Madame la Ministre, with a simple and plain question. Is CUSMA a new mechanism to trade, or is just the old NAFTA rebranded for political purposes?
Well, the new CUSMA certainly has elements in it that is going to strengthen our relationship with Mexico as well as with the United States. If I take a look at one key feature of it, is the elements in the new NAFTA that really will be good for workers, really good for the environment.
Yeah, Honorable Eng, customary free trade is a concept praised by the big private sector, the fat cats, but there is room in this new mechanism for instance, small business run by women or even for the civil society.
Absolutely. And this really very much connects to your first question. This agreement has a chapter that Canada and indeed all of us have agreed to, but we certainly fought very hard to make sure it got included in CUSMA, and that is the chapter for small and medium-sized businesses. In Canada, 99% of our businesses are small and medium-sized enterprises. So it's really important that these businesses that are so important to our economies get the benefit of trade. So women entrepreneurs, Indigenous business owners, other underrepresented groups typically who do not get access to trade. So I'm very excited. Secretary Cloutier and I agreed that we are going to have a Canada-Mexico trade summit. She and I are going to lead a women's entrepreneurship trade mission between Canada and Mexico. This is about us as governments opening up the doors and building the capabilities, supporting our workers and our businesses so that they can take advantage of the opportunities in trade. And we're very committed to doing that. And that's what we were able to really discuss during this trip. And we're committed on working together on this.
Yeah. And Minister, you just said that free trade could be compatible with a green perspective, but is it compatible with a more compassive vision of our social network? I mean, could be compatible with the most, with the people, with the vulnerable in the region?
Well, I think at the heart of what is inclusive trade, it has to work for all of our people. You will hear this from Ambassador Tai when she talks about a worker-centric trade, so that there is a race to the top, and making sure that that workers are very much at the heart of the benefits of trade. You hear from me how important it is that trade must be inclusive, and that inclusiveness is building in the supports, working together, making sure that our institutions are there. And this absolutely can include green growth. I mean, when I think about companies in the circular economy that are small and medium-sized businesses that are providing the very solutions to, let's say we're building a building and you need cement in that building. Well, in Canada, you have great companies that are innovative, and they are decarbonizing cement, for example. That is a new input into, that would be a new input into that type of an infrastructure project that really very much will benefit a small company. And by the way, I won't name, that company that I'm talking about is a women-led enterprise based out of Canada. So there's no reason at all that we should not be ambitious, and indeed we are, at working together between our three economies and Canada and Mexico to create these opportunities for these innovators and these businesses. We met some of them at our roundtable with small businesses, all three of us, and it was really excellent to hear what is possible.
Interesting. So free trade can be green and inclusive. It's a little bit ironic. It's even a paradox that we are celebrating CUSMA with the border closed. Which are the next steps in the implementation of the agreement, Minister?
Well, this is a really important issue, especially right now for Canada and for United States and Mexico. All of us have all been making it our top priority to ensure the health and safety of our people is at the forefront of this pandemic. And in Canada, we certainly are seeing a good light at the end of the tunnel because our people are being vaccinated. We just, we are lifting measures slowly across the country. We are balancing the need to make sure that Canadians stay safe and healthy, and that we continue this fight to finish the fight against COVID-19. And at the same time, working hand in hand with our partners in Mexico and in the United States. And we will do this in a responsible way, balancing the need to keep people safe, but also understanding that essential goods and services, and that's a very good example, that has not been interrupted. That has flowed, and I think that is a mark of our good collaboration and the work that our three countries have been able to work together. But we will continue to do this, in a responsible way as we reopen and get on this road to economic recovery.
Each country should establish its own priorities, or it is possible to establish a regional strategy for this energy sector?
Well, what I was very pleased to do on this trip was have a meeting with Secretary Nale, your energy minister, energy secretary here in Mexico. And what Secretary Nale was very good to do was to explain to me the reforms that are taking place here in Mexico. I, of course, through this meeting, had the opportunity to share some of the issues that have been raised to me by Canadian investors and businesses. And I will also share with the Secretary that, that those investors, for example, that are here from Canada, they're actually investors of the Canadian people, because some of the significant investments are that of Canadian pension funds. And who are the pension funds? They really are. They are the money of the Canadian people. So I shared that with Secretary Nale. And what was really good about this is that coming out of that conversation, it was agreed that there was dialogue that was needed. There needed to be a regular dialogue, and I'm pleased that Secretary Nale agreed to do that, and that we will do that with the Canadian business and investor interests that are here in this energy sector as a way so that we can work towards a shared understanding. And I think that that's what the meeting was very good to do. We want the same things. We want lower prices for people. We want cleaner energy so that we are addressing climate change, and the Canadian companies that are here, I believe, do want the same things that the Mexican people want as well. But open dialogue, I think, is what is necessary, and I'm pleased that we were able to agree to have that continued open dialogue.
Honorable, what about the global landscape? Tell us about the challenges that the region are facing. We have on one hand China, we have on the other hand the RCEP, which is an immense, humongous trade agreement. Tell us what are the challenges for the region in the foreseeable future, Minister?
Well, thank you for that, Leonardo. And I like to think about this from the standpoint of working together on both challenges, but also opportunities. Canada, the United States, and Mexico as the most successful trading bloc in the world in North America. Our work here, and that's what we underscore, the commitment to work together to ensure North American competitiveness, to work on a more resilient supply chain among our three countries, continuing to pursue trade in a way that benefits our people and our economies. And in this North American competitiveness is how we then compete, globally. Canada is the only G7 country with a free trade agreement with every other G7 country. We are diversified with agreements with the European Union, but also in Asia Pacific, as and Mexico, of course, is part of the CPTPP. So this is really about creating the conditions and to work very hard and to keep working on this trilateral relationship between Canada, Mexico, and the United States, so that we are competitive for our people, for our businesses, and in doing so, makes us competitive around the world as well.
Yeah, I know finally that you are very busy, but I'm going to order for lunch a burger, which is the essence of the trilateral trade. Feel free to join me if you have time, Minister. Thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you so very much, Leonardo, and it would be my honor and my pleasure, and I look forward to being back in Mexico City again, and indeed in Mexico, and to continue this work on our very important trade relationship.
Thank you very much once again, Minister.
Thank you.
La ministra la ministra de Exportaciones, Comercio y Pequeñas Empresas del Canadá, que ha estado en México con motivo de este año.
Bueno, y seguimos con la información.